Hey everyone, welcome back to another installation video, and in today's video we have this 2020 Toyota 4Runner, and we're going to do the tail light installation for this vehicle. So as you can see, this is how it looks before the installation, and this is how it looks after the installation. So the tints will provide protection on your vehicle from any rock chips or any small scratches that may hit the lenses, as well as prevent the lenses from yellowing over time. Link for the product will be down in the description below. But with that being said, let's get started with the installation video. So before starting the installation, we want to make sure we prep the tail light. So we're going to apply slip solution and just remove any contaminants that the tail light might have. So the first installation we're going to do is this outer piece here. So to start off, it's just applying slip solution onto the lens on top and to the actual film as well, and then just place it down. That way you have an idea how it's going to go. So with this one, we're going to start off by aligning it to this edge first. So make sure you reach up to only here, up to the edge. We're not curving the tint inside, it's just meeting it up to the edge there. Once you have it in position, make sure everything's aligned here too. Apply tack solution and then start tagging it down. Okay, so once we secure it in position, we're going to work our way to this end first. So we're going to go section by section. So with this one, we're going to stretch up to this edge first. So you're going to notice there's a curve on the film here. So we're going to meet this curve up to the edge here. So just stretch it and make sure it's aligned. So it should be roughly around there. Apply tack solution and start tagging it down. So once we have it tacked down, the next thing is stretching this piece up to this edge here. So it's the same procedure as just stretching. And as you're stretching, make sure you're still covering the bottom of the tail light here. So if you need to apply slip solution, you can, just to help you with the stretch. Make sure this area is dry on top. So stretch, and then just start tacking down. And just to finish off here, we're going to apply tack solution and heat just to remove the finger here. Okay, now that we finished tacking down this side, our next step is finishing off this curve here. So with this one, we're going to do section by section again, like the top piece here. So just lift the film and we're going to stretch this piece up to it meets this corner here. So apply slip solution and then make sure it's dry and then stretch down. Make sure you stretch down and then tack it down. To secure this spot, you could add heat because we're going to need to stretch the film this way and then downward again. Okay, now that we secured this spot, the next thing is stretching the film going this way. We want to make sure it covers up to the edge here and it's aligned on the bottom here. So just stretch, make sure everything's still being covered and it's aligned. And then now that you pre-stretched it, apply tack solution, stretch again and start tagging it down. And make sure everything's still aligned and covered down here. Okay, now that we have this section tacked down, we're going to continue going on with the rest. So with this one, it's not going to reach all the way to the bottom due to the fact that this portion of the lens is already dark. So it's just going to cover only the top portion where the red outline is of the tail light. Okay, so same steps. We're just going to stretch it up till it reaches this edge here of the tail light. And make sure as we're stretching, it's still aligned here. So it has to cover the red portion here. So just stretch down up to the edge there. Hold it in position and then start tacking down. And it should be like that. And now any small fingers that you see here, we just apply tack solution and then with heat, we just tack them down. So with this piece, it's gonna go here in this section. So we're just gonna line it up to the edge here like we did with this one. So first apply slip solution. Start off from this side first. That way you could align it on the edge first. So make sure it's aligned. It's right on the edge. Lift the film and apply tack solution underneath and on top. We're gonna tack down up to here because we're still gonna need to stretch the film and shape it to the curve of the tail light here. So it's just tacking down. For this one, because we are going to stretch going upward, the film, if it's not tacked down, it might move. So what I recommend is applying heat just so the adhesive could start acting faster and it tacks down and it doesn't move when we stretch. So just apply a little bit of heat, not too much, just so it helps the adhesive activate. And that should be good. So now with this one, we're just going to lift the film, apply slip solution, and then start curving it up until this point reaches up here. And then make sure this area is dry, that way you have better grip. Once you have it curved and this piece up here, just hold it in place and start tagging it down. And just to secure, we're going to apply tack solution on top and then heat it all around with heat. That way the adhesive stays and the film doesn't start lifting. This one is the more trickier one due to this curve here. So what we're gonna do is work section by section, just like how we did with this top piece here. But this one, we're gonna start off from this end. So it's gonna go aligned right to this edge here. So match this curve to this curve here. It's not going to overlap. It's just gonna meet it right on it. So make sure when you're doing this installation, you're not overlapping the film like so. It's right on the edge of where these two meet. So you have to meet them together. And if you happen to overlap just a bit, that should be fine. But just make sure you meet each other. Now that we placed the film to match one another, we're gonna tack this section down first. So we're gonna tack down a good amount, probably up to here, because we need to stretch the film going that way. Lift the film and apply tack solution underneath and on top. Hold it in place and then start tacking it down. Now that we have this section down, we could apply heat to help the adhesive activate faster. And now we're just going to lift the film, apply slip solution here, make sure this area is dry, and then pre-stretch it. And make sure as you're stretching, this piece is aligned. And then we're only stretching this piece up to it reaches this piece of the tail light. So with this one, you are going to need to stretch a good amount on the film. So what I recommend doing is just tugging the film just to help the adhesive start releasing the tension. So just stretch it up to it meets the edge. Once it reaches there, let it go, let it shape back, and then just stretch again. This is just to help this piece here start stretching, and then we'll be able to tack it down and make sure everything is aligned. So now that the film is starting to have its shape with the stretch, now we can start tacking down little by little and making sure this is aligned here. So apply tack solution, make sure this area is dry, stretch, and then start tacking down. So as you can see, it's starting to lay on the fitment here, and it's going with the curve as well. And then this, like I said, should reach the edge here. So make sure everything's aligned. So it should be like that. And just to secure, we're gonna apply tack solution here. That way it just starts staying secured on this section here. And then we'll work our way over here. then here we're just gonna help this finger go down with heat and tack solution as well, and same with every finger that's up here and down here. When you're breaking down each finger, squeegee at an angle. Okay, so with this one, same thing. It's just applying slip solution and then just aligning it on this edge first. So the film is going to overlap with this one on top. So tack it down first here. So lift the film, apply tack solution, place it down, hold it in place, and then start squeegeeing. And then just go section by section, make sure it's still aligned, and just continue tacking down everything. Once you have this section tacked down, stretch just a little bit so it reaches this end here. So make sure this area is dry. Lift, apply tack solution, dry this area, stretch it just a bit. Now it meets the edge there, tack it down, and then same here, align it and stretch. And make sure this area is dry. And just make sure you remove all the water bubbles. And that's it for this one. Okay, so for the last piece, it's going to be on this side here, just to cover this section of the clear part. So with this one, just apply slip solution. It's not going to cover the black trim here in the bottom because it's already dark. So we're just going to place the film right above it. Make sure once you tack it down, use this slit, this cutout as a guide. There's a cutout here. So make sure it's going to be able to fold in on both ends. And then once you have it in position, just apply tack solution and heat, and then just tack it down. Now that we secured this side of the film, now we can start curving the excess material here to this side of the tail light. So just apply tack solution on the edge and use heat and start tacking it down. Okay, so the last thing to do once you finish installing all of the pieces is just post heating all around. That way we help the adhesive on the tint to activate faster and it doesn't lift. So just apply tack solution all around, and then with your microfiber towel, just seal all of the edges. Okay, so that concludes the installation video for the tail light tints for the Toyota 4Runner. We hope that this video helped you guys out with the installation. If you guys do have any questions, feel free to message us and we'll be happy to help you guys out. Don't forget to give the video a like, make sure you're subscribed, and turn on that notification bell. That way you don't miss any upcoming installation videos. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.